Businesses and homeowners are bracing for Hurricane Sandy as the storm heads for the Northeast. It's being called Frankenstorm, and with heavy rains expected, it's on track to be one of the costliest storms in history. Now, Sandy has soaked Florida's east coast and is expected in the New Jersey, New York area by Monday. In the path of the storm, several of the nation's biggest cities, travel hubs, and several major gasoline refineries along the New Jersey and Delaware coasts. Financial centers like the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange say they'll have contingency plans in place. Electronic trading is expected to continue as normal. Michael Berry says insurance companies are already mobilizing to deal with damage from Hurricane Sandy. He's vice president with the Insurance Information Institute. So, Mike, what are insurance companies doing to be prepared?
Well, right now they're trying to figure out exactly where this storm is going to make landfall. As you indicated, they have mobile catastrophe van units that are sent to the scene so that the insurers can go out and cater to their policyholders, help them file claims after the storm hits. But right now, the big question is, where's this going to hit? I saw a catastrophe risk modeling company saying now we're talking the Delmarva Peninsula early next week, so we're talking Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, and then moving west into populated cities like Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's covering a wide swath of states, and we're also hearing that there are going to be heavy floods and strong winds. So, you know, what's covered and what's not covered once it's all said and done?
Well, the good news for policyholders is wind damage, and of course a hurricane, tornado, wind damage, that's a covered event. So what does a hurricane do? It knocks your roof off, it collapses your garage. These are covered events. So the other thing you have to look at is, what are we talking about in terms of flood? Flood's only going to be is excluded from a standard home insurance policy. Those who have National Flood Insurance Program policies, they will be covered for a flood event. But again, a wind, fire, theft, these are your core coverages in a standard home and business policy.
So what kind of shape are the insurance companies to handle this kind of damage? I mean, taking a look here, we're talking about companies like Allstate, Chubb, Travelers, State Farm. There are others listed here on the screen. Who's in the best shape to deal with all of this?
Well, I would say cumulatively the industry is very well capitalized. I mean, one of the reasons that that they've been able to build up their reserves this year is 2012 compared to 2011 has been comparatively light in terms of natural disasters. 2011 you had the tornadoes in Tuscaloosa and Joplin. You had Hurricane Irene in 2011. This year you look at June 2012, you had the Colorado wildfires. You had Hurricane Isaac, which hit Louisiana. But what we're looking at here with Sandy is we're looking at multiple states across some of the most heavily populated states on the East Coast, and that's why this has caught everybody's attention for good reason.
What about businesses? To what extent are they covered through all of this, or is it different being a homeowner? Well, and you know, we've heard a lot of companies have already closed their operations for the next few days.
Well, you know, a business insurance policy covers comparable to a home insurance policy. They're going to cover you for wind damage. The other thing is, most business insurance policies have a provision in them called BI, or business interruption coverage. So if their property is hit directly and it causes them to shut down for a period of time, oftentimes they can file a claim and be covered for the business they could potentially have had had there not been a hurricane that hit their property.
Well, everybody's hoping that the storm goes out to sea and doesn't do much damage. Thanks a lot. Mike Berry with the Insurance Information Institute.